Mike Bloomberg officially throwing his hat in the ring for 2020. For more on what he's up to and the heat he's taking from the Democratic field already, let's head to Yahoo Finance's Jess Smith for the very latest in D.C. Jess.
Well, Bloomberg is making the pitch to voters that he has the political and business experience needed to beat President Trump. He is selling himself as a moderate candidate who can bring the country together. This afternoon, in his first press conference since officially jumping into the race, he's touted his experience fighting gun violence and climate change. He called President Trump an existential threat to the country. Let's watch.
If President Trump wins another term in office, we may never recover from the damage that he can do. The stakes could not be higher. We must win this election, and we must begin rebuilding America by investing here at home and restoring our nation's credibility and moral leadership abroad.
Now, Bloomberg reportedly has a net worth of more than $50 billion, and he is self-funding his campaign. He is not taking any political donations. Senator Warren and Senator Sanders, as you know, they are running campaigns targeting billionaires, and they've attacked Bloomberg, saying that he's trying to buy the election. Reporters asked Bloomberg about this at the press conference this afternoon, and he said that he's always used his money to try and advance causes he cares about. He says he's going to make the case to voters and let them decide. Jen.
Thank you so much, Jess. Have a good evening. So
there's
also some news coming out here as well that Bloomberg News is not going to investigate its namesake owner as part of this while he runs for president or any other Democratic presidential candidate. The editor-in-chief sending out a note. I mean, they've said it's not going to be easy to
Yeah, I don't think that's, I mean, people were kind of outraged. I don't think that's a story at all. I mean, you know, as opposed to actually we will write about ourselves and it'll be really tortured. So, okay, fine, you make a call. Like, let's just talk about him running for president, right? Which is does he have the energy? He's 77 years old. Will he be likable outside of New York City? There are a lot of issues, but there's one thing maybe in his favor. I'm reading a quote from Warren Buffett on Squawk Box. He told Becky Quick, if Mike Bloomberg announced tomorrow that he was a candidate, I would say I'm for him. I think he'd be a very good president. Warren Buffett's endorsement, this is in February, presumably it still is binding or still applies, I should say.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting on that, jumping off of that exact thing, because I think a lot of people in fantasy politics land have said for some time, like, oh, I'd love a candidate like Mike. I remember Bill Ackman at the 11th hour of the 2016 race wrote that op-ed saying Mike Bloomberg should run. Right. And that's all fine and well. But now he's actually running, and he's actually shown essentially no electability, because there's no sense that he's going to pull anything more than 1%, because some people know him, most people don't know him, and a lot of people who do know of him don't like him. His favorables were kind of in de Blasio territory in the first blush of a poll that came out last week. And so I think the question now for the Bloomberg faithful is like, you wanted it, now you got it, right? And how much can money really buy in these elections? Because, yeah, I mean, obviously Donald Trump spent a lot of money, but the way that his campaign spent that money and the way that Facebook and other social media played a role in the 2016 campaign, I think were different than what conventional wisdom would have thought that money would buy, right?
Billionaires are a big issue in the campaign this year, and I would say, Warren Buffett endorsed Hillary Clinton. I think that if he comes out and endorses Bloomberg, that's just going to be something for Warren and Sanders to be like, another billionaire wants this billionaire to
good point,
support
Jen.
him, and
maybe not a good thing.
Out.
I mean, it'll certainly get 2,000 people to vote for him.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
We're about to find out a lot about what voters really do like and how far some
Absolutely.
Of that stuff goes.
It's going to be very interesting. I'm so perplexed. I really am. I have no idea how this is going to resolve for the Democrats. No idea.
It's going to be especially fascinating when Pete goes out and wins the first two primaries.
Right.
Because it's like, because that seems like that's going to happen. Those states
have their own
now.
demographics.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
right.
It's all very curious, right?
Long way to go.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.